Here we're going to go over a couple issues with a Whirlpool cooktop burner issues. The first thing is that if you don't have any heat at all from a certain burner, most likely the problem is with the burner itself. To inspect the burner, which is the easiest way to diagnose it, is to take out a couple of these screws that hold the top on. Once you get those off, the whole top will lift up, and from there you can inspect the wiring going to the element itself. There's like a little harness that's attached to the burner, and you'll see it. And if you don't see any problems there, then it could be with the burner itself. You have to drop down the element and see if there's any burn spots or anything like that in the element. If there's no issues there, then you're most likely looking at a bad switch. If you inspect the switch, you can see that this one itself is pretty burnt up, and that could be your problem as well. But if there's no heat, definitely check that burner. If you do have heat, so if you turn on that burner and it heats but it doesn't regulate very well, as long as you have heat and you can see that thing light up, most likely that burner is just fine. The element itself, it's probably okay. Yeah, so if you can see here, it does heat up, which means that it's probably okay, and I wouldn't bother with checking the heating element. Most likely our problem is within the switch itself. This one in particular, the customer is complaining that the burner doesn't hold temperature very well, so they put it on high and it doesn't stay on all the time, and whatnot. So in order to inspect the switch, we're going to have to pull it out, and we're going to have to take the back cover off. Make sure you unplug the unit before you do this. When you are looking at the switch itself, you'll see that there will normally be a burned spot inside this area here. It'll look dark, sooty. You'll see black residue. If you see that and it's pretty clear that something's burnt up in there, I would replace that switch. So if you can see this, it's kind of grainy, but this is the old one, this is the new one. You can tell that something inside there has burnt up. You can test these. I mean, you can do a ohms test on these. I find that it's pretty reliant just to go off of. If it's burned, just replace it, because if you don't have issues, you will. The other thing is that when you replace these, some of these need to be cut down. So if you look at the old one versus the new one, you've got to get in there and first off, there's a little tab. You have to take the black tab off, which just holds the knob in place. But you take a little pick or something in there, and you just you've got to pry it off. I kind of struggle here. I haven't eaten yet, and it's making me a little shaky, but this pops right off. Okay, hang on to that. You don't want to lose that. And then you're going to take, I normally take my wire cutters actually and pop this off. These little snips don't quite do the trick very well, but you'll see here, you need it to match the old original one, which means you just need to cut off that top portion. Okay, so I grab my wire snips. These have taken a beating, but just pop that thing off and then you've got to throw the knob retention clip back on. And that just presses back into place. Just like so. And that puts tension on the knob so it stays on. This installs the same way that it came off, so just make sure you orient it in the right direction, and it's easy as that. So then you install the 2 screws on the front and then reattach your wire harness. This should be pretty dummy proof. They've made the harness so you can't mess this one up on this style. But if it doesn't have the harness connections on there, just take a picture of it with the wires, and just match up the same wires as the old switch. From there, reinstall your knob and your back panel, and you should be good to go.